allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkin in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back him up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost peace. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery. Freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gon' let it get to me. I'm just gon' creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost peace. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkin in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back him up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost peace. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery. Freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gon' let it get to me. I'm just gon' creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost peace. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkin in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back him up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost peace. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery. Sure tried to get me, had to back him up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone
Boo! Hi. Happy Halloween, everyone. How are you doing today? Happy Halloween. Augusley. Happy Halloween. Slants. Happy Halloween. Emily. Happy Halloween. Woolongs. Happy Halloween. Penrose. Happy Halloween. 8 Lives. Happy Halloween. Micah. Happy Halloween. Ilya. Happy Halloween. Cerebro. I think that's everyone. Happy Halloween, Lily. Your name is the same length and color as Micah's, so I got confused. Happy Halloween, Mage. You didn't get me. These people are weaklings. Yeah, I didn't get you because you were in the bathroom and you weren't even here for it. I'm just getting into the spirit of the scare. Thank you for humoring me. It's nice when Halloween falls on a Sunday. Nice cozy kind of day. If you're not a partying type. Ha. That weird sound that I played is some sample that I found. Public domain on like some like sound bible, maybe something like that.
Happy Halloween. Leave now while you still can. Leave now before Master finds you.
Why did someone record this?
Who is that knocking at my door? Who is that knocking at my door? Who is that knocking at my door? Be gone with you.
Who's that knocking at my door? What version of Uninvited do you have planned? Just the NES version, but I do have it patched to uncensor the stuff that was taken out of the American version, like the crosses being replaced with like goblets and like other stuff. Oh, hello Leica, happy Halloween. Welcome. My family hasn't had trick-or-treaters in years, and for some reason this year of all years we've had several. I hope nobody comes to my door. I really hope. Christianity reintroduced, yeah, to keep with the theme of all those movies we watched this October that end up being weirdly Christian for some reason. Halloween of Christ continues in Grappyverse. Yes, it is Sunday after all. Religious Grappy. I think trick-or-treating is good, but also I don't want to answer the door. Yeah, me neither. I don't like that. I don't want to talk to anybody, especially not little children. And their normal parents. I look like a cave goblin. Happy Halloween. Where is your costume? Oh right. We can make something happen. You know. We'll just go with this today. I don't have any sweets or treats. Why not? Christopher Lee casting spells to fight demons ruled. Yeah, Christian sorcery. Reconquista? What is that? Where's your mime outfit? Sorry. That was never gonna happen, let's be real. Blood mode, blood mode. But nothing changed, I don't get it, obviously. I'm a little worried about it. I paid $500 for that mime cosplay. Thanks for the $500, Stunts. I'll be a mime later, some other time. If I was a mime, I wouldn't be able to talk though for the whole stream. Wouldn't that be sad? Yeah, wouldn't that be a relief? Excuse me, young man. Lord above, we don't get enough of you yakking away. Why the fuck are you here then? Ah! Oh man, imagine if Uninvited or the original Shadowgate reported a virtual boy. That would be pretty cool, I think. Excited for Graphy Model 2.0 in 2023. It'll be next year, trust me. It'll finally happen, I promise. Sometime. I won't even tell you guys that I'm working on it. And I won't show it to anybody. Anybody. Ah. I do not trust you. You are lying. No. You want to be spooky? Load your first model. Without lifting. Without lifting? What do you mean? Do you even lift? Evil mime that talks. Mime rebel, one that speaks. Wahahaha. Yeah. Hello, Melty Kit. Happy Halloween. Ah. I don't know how long this game is gonna be. I have played Uninvited before, but it was many years ago. I don't remember any of the puzzle solutions, and it's an adventure game. It's extremely an adventure game, so I'm sure at some point we'll have to consult a guide. That's not so bad though, really. I'm getting a little sick of Pumpkin Hill. Is there another Sonic Adventure pumpkin music? The frauding freak Knuckles. Yeah, I would believe it. I played this when I was 5. I remember it being confusing. It's the kind of game where everything you do kills you, and you just keep getting killed and then you figure out what to do. All mimes talk, but the words they speak are unremembered as a safety measure in our minds. That's a creepypasta. You're onto something there. I've played a lot of Shadowgate, the Game Boy Color version of Shadowgate, which I liked a lot as a kid. And I played Uninvited one time, probably like 8 years ago or something. It must have been a long time ago. But I really liked it. It's a very cool game. It has some very fun graphics and writing. And, you know, I just kind of felt like after all of that white day, I kind of earned a game that doesn't require any kind of like manual dexterity to play, and there's no one chasing me in it. There's nothing like that. Welcome, Infinity Issue. Happy Halloween. Uninvited was a lot for kid me to take in, TBH. It is pretty gruesome. I don't think the kids should probably be playing this game. Like, it's kind of goofy, but at the same time, some of the descriptions and like even the graphics are really scary looking. Especially if you're like a little kid and you're playing this on like a CRT television where it would look extra like dark and have, you know, all the colors bleed together. It would probably look kind of real sometimes. I saw somebody post some graphics last night that was like Breath of Fire on, or Breath of Fire 2 or something on a CRT television, and like it looked really creepy. Like I feel like you could make really effective like pixel graphics, scary pixel graphics with on a CRT, way that you can mess with the way the colors bleed into each other. It didn't look dark. Very vibrant. Most stuff looks more vibrant on a CRT. I don't know, I feel like it makes it like darker overall to me. That's how I remember. Hello Lane. Happy Halloween. But I mean, oh absolutely, all alone after school. But I mean, that was also fun, I guess. Being alone after school is always a little scary. There was one time, I can't remember if it was in middle school or high school. I remember I had a book of scary stories or something, and I read it on the bus on the way home from school, and when I got home, I was too scared to go in the house because nobody was home, and so I think I just like sat outside in the driveway until my friend's parents came by, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And then I went over to his house until my family got home. Hello, Kate Unknown. Happy Halloween. It's not cute, no. I'm telling you, like, something about scary stories, and especially ghost stories, really gets to me. Like, that was the only reason I ever got like a Something Awful account, is because they had ghost story threads where people said, "These are my true ghost stories," and they would post them in the thread, and there was just like a ton of them. There's like many threads of this. So I got an account and archive access, and I never posted really on the forum, like almost at all. I only used it to read the ghost story threads that always scared the shit out of me and made me like really scared to be alone. A couple of times last year, the light was out in my whole neighborhood when I was coming home at night. I took a taxi, only to not walk alone 2 blocks in the dark. Yeah, it's scary. I mean, like total, like real, you know, like advanced darkness, where you really can't see anything at all, is really scary. Whenever I go to take out my recycling at night, there's like a nook to the side of the recycling dumpster that is big enough for a person to fit into, and it's pitch black. Like if somebody was in there, you could walk up and dump out your recycling and you would never notice them. And that really freaks me out. LMFAO, paying for archive access for ghost stories. I know. I regret ever giving Lotax any money, but I needed the ghost stories. I'm sure you understand. You know, my upstairs neighbor, he's been knocking around. Sounds like he's just got like a duffel bag full of wooden blocks that he's like chucking around or something. I don't know. He's making a lot of noise. This isn't your average darkness, Patrick. This is advanced darkness. Lotax banned me. I was like 11. What did you get banned for? I guess we can go ahead and start the game. No more Pumpkin Hill. I don't want to hear this until next year. Somebody's tweeting at me on Twitter asking if I'm interested in a sponsorship. What? Yeah, this looks totally legit. Oh. I guess these guys are probably tweeting at anybody. Yeah, this is... What is this? What would a sponsorship even entail? I get like a free water bottle that would poison me or something? Oh, like a free like polyester hoodie that says EZG Tech on it. You know, I think I'm good. I don't think I need a sponsorship like that. What version are you playing? NES. I'll put that in the title. I wish there was a Game Boy Color version of this game, because I'm fond of the Shadowgate version of Game Boy Color. They're not very different, but I kind of prefer the Game Boy sound chip over the NES one. So that would be my preference, but that's just me. Here we go. Some really scary music. Hello, Juliana. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I don't remember any of the puzzles in this game at all. Hey, Mercy. How's it going? What is that cursor supposed to be, do you think? That's like a really vague graphic. Is it really supposed to look like that? What? Like, what is that? Oh, it's so piercing. Look out! The last thing you remember before blacking out was a shadowy figure appearing in the road in front of you. You heard your sister cry out as you swerved the car into this tree. You realize that you are alone. Your sister must have gone for help. The smell of gasoline fills the air. You must have punctured the tank. You pry yourself free of the steering wheel, intent on finding your sister. You know, I could have swore there was like, oh man, this music is really painful. The speedometer has nothing to monitor. This car isn't going anywhere. The front is smashed in, and gas is leaking. Through this mirror, you see the road behind you. Okay. This steering wheel has guided you in and out of traffic for a year now. It has a new leather cover on it. Some nice little details. Okay, we already read that. I guess we probably... Uh-oh. Fire? Your laziness has cost you your life, and possibly the life of your sister, as fire from the gas tank engulfs the car. Your quest is over. I don't know if the skull is saying that, or if that's just, you know, we're saying that. I think that maybe the patch that I applied didn't work, because I think it's supposed to change your sister to be your brother, as it was in the original game. Oh, good. Just made eggs. Sounds good. Like, how? We redeemed... Ow. Alright. I'll turn the music down a little bit. Sorry. 8 out of 10. 12 out of 10. Thank you. Obviously redeeming a stretch and hydrate. Thank you, thank you. Real quick, let me just start the unpatched ROM. I don't know why the patch doesn't work. But that's fine. It's supposed to be patched. But it's okay. There's not much that is changed, but I just would have preferred to play it that way. So I've never seen the game uncensored before, but there's only a few things that are censored, really. Happy Halloween! Ha 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 ha! You too, Mercy. Happy Halloween to all. Alright, we'll start that again. Alright, yes. Please let me know if the music is too much. It is very piercing for me. It's not always gonna be like this. I think that we need to open the door. The car opens with some effort. And then we move, yeah, through here. Whoa! An explosion erupts behind you as your car bursts into flames. At least it will save you the cost of a tow. You find yourself standing in front of an old mansion. It gives you the creeps. We can examine it. The mansion is cold and foreboding. You sense great evil within. There's like a couple statues of guys. It's a marble statue of a young Grecian man. Open the mailbox. In the mailbox there's an envelope. Let's just take it. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay. The cost of a tow. Toes. Oh, you guys. Might be a bit loud. Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit more. I guess with this chippy music, it's probably just gonna be piercing no matter what volume it's at. Take the envelope. Okay. Okay, there's our property. Let's examine the envelope. This envelope is addressed to Master Crowley. Let's open it. Open the envelope. We have a letter and a pendant. We'll take both of them. There's a lot of very annoying inventory management in this game. Take the letter. Take the pendant. You pick up the pendant, and it begins to sparkle. Then, the door of the mansion opens and dares you to enter. Could your sister be in there? I don't know, maybe. Let's read the letter. Examine letter. This note reads, "Dear Master, please forgive me. My health prevents me from aiding you in your battle against the evil Drakan. You teach your students. Well, they become too powerful for their own good. Enclosed is an amulet that should look familiar. Wear this charm and think of me. The undead will surely fear it. Still the evil, my friend. Set it free for the sake of the family. Fare thee well." Alright, let's take a look at the pendant. It's a pendant with a large jewel set in it. Well, how do we... Can we use pendant... What would you like to use this on? Well, we can use pendant on self. Nothing happens. Can we not, like, wear it? Dojin Manga Tube. Thank you for the follow. We can also examine ourselves. There's a lot of times you can use stuff on yourself. Happy Halloween. Trick or treat. Hope your Halloween is deliciously spooky and full of peculiar fun. Keep up the good work and have a fun-filled day and stay safe. Hey, thank you. Happy Halloween to you too. Although you're tired and hungry, you're determined to find your sister. True form graphy. Cerebro, have you been here? For some reason I thought you were already here. Welcome and happy Halloween. The classic use torch on self. Yes, of course. Well, let's save. Let's see what happens if we hit ourselves. Knocking on wood gives you an idea. What? Can we talk to ourselves? Now what should I do? You ask yourself. You know you must be losing your mind because you're talking to yourself. Can we leave self? You can't drop what you didn't take. Oh, okay, that's just a generic message. Open self? It won't open. Okay. Use yourself. No, alright. Well, I guess we might as well go inside. some pretty perky music. It looks like the pixel aspect ratio might be off, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. Give me one moment. Now how do I even do that? I think I have to go into the core options. I get confused when I play Nintendo games because the RetroArch key bindings are... Alright, there we go. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I gotta adjust it a little bit. My apologies. I can't stand having some of the pixels be like a little bit wider than the other ones though. I'm sure you can understand. It's very annoying. Yeah, that looks about right, no? There we go. I didn't even notice the pumpkins until like 3 days ago. Really? You really are made of clay. Your brain, too. I like how the background frames this, yeah. Looks kinda neat. I could maybe nudge it over 1 more pixel, but I'm afraid we might be out of luck with getting entirely rid of... Oh no! There's still like 1 pixel of like the lighter gray in the background, but that's fine. You can deal with it, I'm sure. I just realized the jack-o'-lanterns were for October. I get it now. How did you not figure that out? Is this some translated thing where you have to take it on yourself or something? I don't know. I think that maybe you can't wear things in this game. You could in Shadowgate, but maybe this one's different. This furniture is from the same place as Stardew Valley Grandpa's bed. Mods are asleep. Post Grandpa's fucked up bed from Stardew Valley. As you enter, the door slams shut behind you. This foyer is a large and luxurious room. Still, it seems strangely oppressive. There's a few things to look at here. This, like, what is that? It's a painting of a great snake. Just a great snake. Open? It won't open. Can we take it? You can't take it. Examine this. This small rug barely covers the floor. There's dried wood in the fireplace. The chair looks like it's worth a bundle. That? I like how crude the graphics are. The couch looks soft. You feel something hard sewn into it. Ooh. We have no way to get it out yet. It's a painting of a great eagle diving with extended talons. Ooh. Try open. Open the door. Let's open all the doors. And why don't we save in case there's some random gotcha where we get killed all of a sudden. Try going in here. I thought you just really liked jack-o'-lanterns, which is understandable. Yeah, they're great. I mean, you're usually spooky themed as it is, Crafty, am I? Everybody says I'm not scary or mean. Craftlight, please tell me what the dog is doing today. Got no idea what you're talking about. These people have good taste to have a Tsuchinoko painting. It's just proper reverence. This room was designed for deep thought and research. Well, what is this globe? This antique globe is rusted into position and no longer spins. This book? It's a large, ancient book. It's a bookcase filled with many fine books. This star chart shows Orion and Cassiopeia. Okay. Can we take it? You can't take it. Alright. I can't take it. Nothing happens. Let's open this book and read it. Open the mag book. About magic in general. Magic is not good nor bad. If it is used properly, good may result from it. If it is not used properly, terrible things can happen. What follows are a few magical spells. From nothing it shall form, and none shall see thee. Cloudy Sea. We learned a spell. Awake to a sleep, movement too still, 6 legs or more, bend to your will. Stellini. My favorite Italian composer. If the path is barred with more than one, the storm to come to make them run. Thundidi. From here to there, when stone walls impair. Telemaze. That's a good spell name. You memorize the magic words. Ah! Magic book disappeared. Alright, we'll save. Hey, Yorgmander X, happy Halloween. You're a cutie sweetie pie, but you like to use blood. What do you mean, use blood? That's a strange verb. This well-polished table really shines. Great. Can we take any books from the bookshelf? Maybe not. None of the books really looks significant, but you never know. Can we leave the envelope?
Engaging with the content on Halloween.
Thank you, Amasolis. For 2 months, thank you! You ask yourself, where should you leave this? You can't drop it here, huh? You are inside the mansion's foyer. Okay. This music is like a little too perky. I think that there should be something a little less like chipper for exploring a haunted house. We need Christopher Lee to guide us. I wish. Most sleepy lurking to carve pumpkins. Nice. What kind of pumpkin carving you doing? Any particular design? Traditional jack-o'-lantern? Fan art pumpkin? Let's go in here. Okay, this like really bright like baby blue hallway. This hallway is much too quiet. You feel like something is waiting to get you. It's a small painting of a young fellow. It's a carpeted staircase. Alright, we'll save. Just in case. Always good to be saving. There's an open door. Let's go in there. What? Oh, that's where we came from. Alright. Let's open a door. Oh. A strange woman appears. She is dressed like Scarlett O'Hara. This woman wears the dress of a southern belle. Well, why don't we speak with her? You speak to her, and she says,
"Thank you for coming back for me, my love. You'll be mine forever."
Let's bop her one. You have gotten the attention of the mysterious lady. She turns to face you. Her face is devoid of any flesh. You are frozen with horror as she begins ripping you apart. She laughs hysterically as your body slumps to the ground. Your quest is over. Good end. It's been a while since we had an incredible graphic character voice. Thank you. Game fan art because I'm a nerd? What kind of game? My favorite kind of pumpkin carving is very small face on enormous pumpkin. That is pretty good. Bugs Bunny birthday blowout music starts playing. Okay, so I think I know what to do. Just, you know, good to see as many deaths as we can. So we saw in the book that it said, or in the letter or whatever, that the undead would fear the pendant that was in the envelope. So let's try giving her the pendant. Oh, you've gotten attention of the mysterious lady. Okay. That didn't work. Do we have a spell that might work on her? Cloudisi, you can't do that. Oh, speak. Cloudisi, you shouted Cloudisi as loudly as possible. You feel a tingling in the air when you chant the spell. A cloud suddenly appears around you, blotting out your surroundings. Almost as quickly as it came, it leaves. The spell took a lot out of you. Yeah? Okay, I guess that didn't work? Stellini. You shouted Stellini as loudly as possible. Nothing happens. Alright, so neither of those seems to be working. Take pendant, nothing happens. Use pendant. Self. How do I wear it? Like, how do I wear pendant? Open pendant? It won't open. Oh, she got me again. Maybe maybe we need to just go upstairs. Maybe we just don't have what we need. She cares not for your trinket, just how I remember it, but how? I tried using it on her and she just killed me. Let's try moving upstairs. Alright, we can get upstairs without getting her attention. She's trying to capture a human so that Undine will let her join the Royal Guard. The bell jam, though, is good music. I like this music. Sounds very mysterious. It feels like maybe it belongs better in Shadowgate, though. The floor creaks under your weight. Right, there's like a big mouth Billy Bass. It's a giant stuffed fish. Can we take it? You can't take it. Alright, let's hit the big mouth Billy Bass. Nothing happens. Alright, maybe there's nothing to be done with that. Open the door. 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 Get on the floor. We'll save. And we'll start exploring these rooms. Okay. It's a small closet. Let's just take everything and totally clog up our inventory with garbage. Took the mop. No, take the mop. Take the pesticide. Take the bowl. Take the ashtray. Take the soapbox. Take the spray. Just spray, you know, just general spray. Take the no ghost. Take the hat box. Take the dirty box. Dirty box? What's in the dirty box? Nothing's in here. You close the dirty box. Open the hat box. There's a hat. We'll take it. Take the hat. Can we put the hat box back so that we don't have to have it in our inventory? Everything about this interface is so slow.
Dirty box.
Thank you, 8 lives. Dirty box. Oh good, I hope we have to use we have use for literally all of this shit. How these games work tends to be, you can pick up everything, but most of it is useless. So I guess we'll find out. There's probably very, very little chance that we're actually going to be able to finish this game without a guide. Can we just put this? You can't drop it here. Why? Where can I drop it then? Do I have to put it back where I found it? Alright, I guess we can't get rid of it. Let's examine the hat and see what kind of hat it is. It's an old hat. The owner must have a small head. It's a pretty dirty box. It's so dust covered you can't see its original color. Why? We're just carrying that around. Teeth marks riddle this old box. The capped bottle's label reads, "No ghost. Use when you want the dead guests to return to their world." The can's labeled Spider Cider. Hey! Wait, that actually is an Undertale. I can probably backseat if you throw the flag up. Okay. If it comes to that. Drink it? What? Knocks out arachnids and has been proven effective by leading entomologists. It's a soap box. Is it all temperature soap? What? You got the ashtray. It's a black ashtray. It smells of old ashes. It's a filthy bowl. It contains pesticide. And the mop has been well used. Its head is black. You know, you gotta clean that. I'm sorry. Let's step out here. You are on the second floor hallway. Yes, we are. We're gonna save, and then we're gonna try using the soap on ourselves. We're gonna try and like use pesticide on ourselves. Will this kill us? What would you like to use this on? Self. Nothing happens. Oh, it's no fun. Use no ghost on self. Ah. Come on, where's all the funny deaths? This hat is too small for your head. Let's move. Here. The spiral stairs lead to the second floor. There's some cool looking graphics. Oh, you can use select to tab around. That is so useful. Let's take this axe. Take the axe. Just like an entire battle axe. Although this axe is old, it is still very sharp. I can confirm this as an Undertale finisher. Undertale reference, yeah. They knew. They knew. We're not a bug. Worst day ever, yeah. At least it's not like Entomorph where we became a bug and then we were forced to turn back into a human. Vinegar and cider are used on bug infestations a lot, so Spider Cider and Undertale may have been a funny reference to that all this time. Really? I'm not familiar with this. Oh. Cool floorboards. Iron bars are set in the floor and go up to the ceiling. Has someone been kept in there? As punishment for betraying the master. Just this annoying music again. The door is made of iron bars. Can we open it? You pull open the cell door. Oh. A hideous skeleton forms inside the cell. In a deathly dry voice it says,
There is no escape from you. There is no escape. No escape.
His voice fades out as the image fades. Oh, as you enter the cell, you hear the door slam shut behind you. There is no escape. You are trapped. Eventually, you die, and your spirit joins the others on the estate. You know, I feel like your quest is over is kind of weak compared to it's a sad thing that your adventures have ended here, like in Shadowgate. Sign me up. 10 out of 8. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice bedroom. The bedroom is sparsely furnished. It is probably a guest bedroom. Is that a jukebox? Can't take it. I was trying to examine actually. Before there was solid state technology, there were big radios. Can we use it? You turn on the radio, hoping to hear some tunes, but it doesn't work. Alright. This modest black dresser is of painted pine. Look at the ceiling. The cushy bed offers little support for your bad back. How old are we? It's a round wool rug. Can we take it? You can't take it. Alright. Use... Nothing happens. Okay, open the dresser. Open the bureau. We don't want to take this item. Alright, so... In the original game, Uninvited, which was, I think a Mac game, like an old black and white Mac game, there was a time limit on the game where you could only take a certain number of moves and then you would die. In this game, how that is accomplished is there's this ruby, and if you take it, you'll eventually die. But the game doesn't even tell you that it was the ruby that did it. So, you might take the ruby every time and then die and not even know what happened. Let's examine it at least. It's a large, blood red ruby. You feel some sort of strange power running through it. We're not gonna take that. You see nothing unusual. It's a small mirror. Can we take the mirror? Anything? Can we take anything? You can't take it. Alright, is there any point to this room except for the ruby? I think I always picked up the ruby. That's probably why you never finished the game. Or did you? I don't know. I didn't figure that out until like years later. I thought you were just supposed to die. Oh. It was a very mean trick. Let's go in this room. This must be the master bedroom. There is a stale smell about this room. Okay, there's a few things in here. Wheelchair. It's an old wheelchair. It's a small black diary. There's a green liquid inside the bottle. There's nothing extraordinary about this candle. This bed looks mighty inviting. The way you feel, you could climb into it and sleep for a week. This lamp must have been used for reading. It's a large, heavy chest with 2 doors. The photograph is of a beautiful woman. It reads, Terry Marsh, Duchess of Trent. The woman in the photograph is quite beautiful. The name reads Miss Vicky Porter. The eyes of the man in this photograph are dark and sunken. Well, let's try taking the diary. Take the diary 2. And take the bottle 1. Why don't we take the candlestick as well? Why not? Can we use the bed? Nothing happens. Alright, let's open the dresser. It won't open! It's locked. Alright. Open diary 2. Open the diary 2. This diary reads,
I have lost control of Drakan. My star student now fancies himself a master. Though his power is strong, his spirit is weak. He is easily corrupted by the dark spirits of greed and power. My servant, more aware than I, sealed his star in my hingeless box. They're locked away beyond his stair. I've hidden the key. A chair knows where. Ooh. Open the door. Nice rug. The decor of this room could be described as African Art Deco. Interesting observation.
It used to be the skin of a zebra. Now it serves as the mat on a bathroom floor. This is an ancient African ceremonial mask. This little Indian man looks like some kind of voodoo doll. Okay. You let out a startled scream at the sight of your own reflection. You can't remember ever looking so awful. Be careful. You wouldn't want to be caught dead looking like this. It's a soft towel. There's orange liquid in the small bottle. This relatively plain vial contains a blue liquid. We've got all kinds of liquids. It's a thick marble basin. This large bathtub seems to have been cut from a single slab of granite. It's got funny little paws on it. Drink it? Drink what? Well, we're gonna take everything. We're just gonna take everything that's not nailed down in every room. Take the towel 3. There's 3 different kinds of towels? Take the bottle 3. Take the bottle 4. I don't know, let's look at these bottles and see what they are. This, okay, it's just the blue liquid. I guess we can drink them and find out what they do. Let's save and then try drinking every bottle that we've got. Bottle 1, the suspicious green liquid, okay. Use on self. Nothing happens. What? Maybe I have to open it. Open the bottle 1. I can't drink it? Come on. Open the bottle 3. Can we really not drink any of these? You splash the liquid on yourself. You smell like cheap perfume. What? Is that good or bad? Let's use bottle 4 on ourselves. The blue vial. You splash on too much cologne. You smell real manly now. So I guess we smell like firewood and flowers at the same time. Happy Hall. Hey Nethika, happy Halloween. You are inside the master bedroom. So I wonder if the diary says something about hidden behind his stair. I wonder if we have to use key on that or something. And it said a chair knows where, and we did find that sofa that had like a ripped, or it had like something in it. Whoa. It seems to be an ordinary bedroom. You feel very, very weak. Pressure begins to bear down on you. Let's read this. Open the diary 1. This diary reads, "My star is gone, but not lost. Master's servant will pay for his betrayal. The vehicle of my power has not yet served its purpose. When it sets me free, I will have a chance to realize my unlimited potential. The forces of the technological society will be unprepared for the likes of me. I will not be denied. My victory is inevitable." Well, I guess we'll take that. And this candle? Take the candle 1. A large mirror. Can we break this mirror? The mirror broke. The pieces sparkle beautifully. Can we take the broken mirror shards? You can't take it. Nope. Anything behind it? Okay, nope. Maybe we just got bad luck from that. This abstract painting has no signature upon it. Alright. Curtain on the window is decorative. Open the door. It's a small reading lamp. Can we go in here? Let's see. This music is so annoying. This bathroom is cold and dark. You notice that there is no toilet. You smell androgynous now. Is this the NES Shadowgate engine? Yeah, this is another another game from the same developer originally, made by, what is it? I can't remember what they're called, something com? No, not Infocom. I can't remember. But they made this game, they made Shadowgate, and they made Deja Vu 1 and 2. And then those got NES versions, and Shadowgate and the Deja Vu games got Game Boy Color versions later. Are you sure this room's evil? Or do you just feel weak because you've been awake for more than an hour? I think it's the latter one. ICOM? Okay, thank you. If only you could walk on the shards until you perished. InfoWars, yeah, that's it. I didn't realize how many bathrooms had rugs. Does yours not have one? ICOM? Hey. What are you saying? It's a mirror with a beautiful frame. You take a moment to check your hair. Okay, that's great. This bar of soap emits no odor. Look at how angular the tub. The years have not dulled the beautiful shine on the porcelain tub. Can we turn it on? As you turn the faucet, water gushes out. Can we not use the sink as well? Let's open the hamper, I guess? Open the hamper. Well, of course people take towel too. And while we're at it, we'll take this towel. Take the towel 1. We'll take every towel. And you know what? We're gonna break the mirror too. Why not? The mirror broke. We didn't look at the sink. The floor, standing sink is very shiny. It shows no signs of neglect or disuse. Pick the soap. Great. There's light. This light fixture seems to have been shaped to be gripped. Huh. Really? It's too high for you to reach it. You can't take it. Wonder how we get up to that thing. Oh. Can we open this nightstand that is like on the floor? Open the table. Scroll 1. Let's examine. It's a rolled up scroll, sealed with wax. Alright, we're gonna take that. We have to get out of this music though. I cannot listen to this any longer. Mold risk too high. Why? For opening the light? Or... Does this game have the suspiciously attractive Grim Reaper on the game over screen though? No, it's just a red skull. Unfortunately. We have so many fucking items. Let's look at the towels. This towel smells pretty bad. You also notice that it's stained with blood. It's a soft towel. Alright, we got another soft towel. What is this candle? Wax drippings decorate the sides of this candle. Let's open the scroll and read it. Open the scroll 1. The scroll reads, Doll, doll, wilt thou lead the lost? You memorize the magic words. Doll, doll. Ah, scroll 1 disappeared. We have mastered the magic of doll, doll. Mold risk from a rug in the bathroom? Really? Is there like any way to avoid getting mold in a bathroom? Like I squeegee off the walls of my shower after I finish bathing, and it feels like no matter what, every bathroom when I live somewhere will get moldy eventually. In media, when stuff disappears after reading, I always wonder like, What do you always wonder, like? If a bug breaks into the scroll vault and sees them all, do they go away? Yes. This is what happened to much information from the past. Alright, now let's see. We got the ghost away. Why don't we try getting that lady to come here? And we'll use the ghost away on her. Let's see. Which one was it? No ghost, right. We'll use no ghost on her. Open no ghost. Open the no ghost. Use. No ghost. On ghost. Yeah. Whoa. You pour the foul-smelling liquid on the bell. She lets out a horrifying scream as she begins to melt away. Well, that's that. We win. Holy shit, that was sick. Yeah, tell me about it. That was pretty cool. Open the door. Well, let's just open all doors. Every door must open. We'll go in here. Wow. Crazy colors in this room. This parlor has lost little of its original charm. This chair is another fine example of the exquisite antique furniture in this house. I don't know, it looks a little strange to me. The flowers in this vase are very beautiful. This simple rug seems slightly out of place in this room. Can we take it? You can't take it! Chandelier? You see nothing unusual. The door will open by pushing or pulling the handle, huh? The scene through the dirty window looks pretty grim. Great. Open the door. Should we go out there? From here, you have a splendid view of the desolate estate. It just looks like all dirt. There's nothing but dirt as far as the eye can see. The rare blue ceiling. I wish more places had different kinds of walls than just white. It would be nice. Walls and ceilings and floors alike. A large black spider quickly runs by you along the railing. Cute. We did have that spell to, was it Stellini? You shouted Stellini as loudly as possible. Nothing happens. I would have thought that maybe, the spider would do something. It's the veranda railing. The deserted land spreads out before you. Alright, guess we'll go back inside. Nothing to do out there. Hello, Krenag. Happy Halloween. It's a quiet hallway. Let's see. Let's move. I'll go into this door on the left. You imagine that this is the game room. We're only imagining it though. It's a chessboard, but you see no chess pieces. These look like very uncomfortable chairs. This chair looks quite small and uncomfortable. Yes, it does. Until now, you had only seen a gramophone in the movies. Let's use it. Let's try using the gramophone. No, I don't want to. I don't want to become famous. The stream. You said what I started typing 4 times. It's very spooky. It's cause it's Halloween, obviously. Ha ha ha. I'm reading your mind. The boundary between your world and mine is at its thinnest today. Watch your back. That's Shadowgate music. You hear music being played. Snap! You hear something break, and the music grinds to a halt. Alright, we just broke that gramophone. There's like a fried egg on the floor. You wonder why there is a plate here? Maybe someone was feeding their pet. Scratch marks adorn this cabinet. Could they have been made when someone tried to open it? Well, let's open it. It won't open. It's locked. Alright. Let's look at these fabulous paintings. The scientific name for this painting must be Uglius Maximus. Sick burn, dude. The man in the painting gives you a penetrating stare. He seems almost alive. Yeah, when it's the bot that you pay to ban your viewers. Oh, I get it now. The small follows bot. Graphy saying something I was typing has happened a couple of times. It's no accident, of course. Ho ho ha ha. Let's open this door. Let's just open both doors. You know, I really like how the actual window for the graphics is so small that all of the graphics are like as minimal and like just crude as possible, but they're still very colorful and readable. I think it's very neat. Wow, big room with plenty of doors. This is an impressive sight. You could throw a terrific birthday bash in this room. I think it's great. Love the look of this game. Yeah, this and Shadowgate, they've got very interesting looks to them, and I like what they did with you know, the source material, because I think that I think the original games were either American or British, and these versions on the NES were Japanese developed, I think, like Kemco. Am I right? Wow, these spells are wild. Yeah, I can't wait to use doll. It's a fruit basket. It's a bouquet of flowers. These would look good on a tombstone. That's a strange thing to think. Finely cut crystals dangling around the light throw tiny rainbows around the room. It's a painting of a landscape. It's a painting shows the eagle flying off the snake in his talons. There's charred wood left in the fireplace. Alright. What about the table? It's a large oak table. This chair is finely upholstered. Well, we're gonna take the flowers and the giant fruit basket. Okay, so this door leads into the banquet hall. Let's go back to this room and see what's in this this other door. You now have to question the reliability of your eyes. You think you see a somewhat cute, abstract creature with a key in its hand prance by. Seems like they were all developed by ICOM from Illinois. The NES games? Let me see. I want to see a cute abstract creature. Well, one just ran across the screen. You missed it. Yeah, I mean, the original versions were made by ICOM, which, yeah, is in Illinois. I guess Kemco did these versions. Let's go through the door. Look at that bear. This room must be some sort of trophy room. You feel sorry for the animals that were killed only for sport. What's this? Nothing's in here. You close the cage. Let's look at all these rugs. The skin of this large jungle cat has been made into a throw rug. What a waste! It's a cage for carrying animals. It looks pretty strong. This moose head is really quite large. It's a large stuffed white bear. It would look better in the Antarctic. Yeah, we're taking a stance here. Of course, the makers of Kid Clown and Crazy Chase would only make the best graphics. What is that? Never even heard of that game before. It's a rifle. It has been locked up, so it can't be used by anyone. Alright, let's open the door. Open the door. It looks like that leads outside, so why don't we go back to the banquet hall? And check out these doors. We haven't saved in a second, so let's do that. This kitchen seems to have been a recent addition. Could there be anything to eat here? That game rules. What? Kid Clown and Crazy Chase? Let's open the cabinet. Nothing's in here. You close the cabinet. Oh, nothing, I guess. This cookie jar is quite large. It's a small cookie jar. We have large and small cookie jars. Nothing's in here. You close the jar one. Alright, so there's just 2 empty cookie jars. This pan is coated with one of those non-stick surfaces. Did you get rid of that? No. It's an ordinary pot. This frying pan has a nice heat dispersing handle. This is a very sharp little blade. Looks like it has blood on it. It's a meat cleaver, just like the butchers on TV commercials use. There's like a stove. It's an old oven. Can we open this? Alright, nope. Okay, let's take the knives. Take the knife 2. Take the knife 1. There's 2 exits from this room. You can't go through the door until you open it. Alright, let's open these doors that you just can't see. Kind of weird, but... Save. You know, I ate a pot pie right before stream, and it was just too much food. I feel really sick. Whoever had occupied this room must have been satisfied with small accommodations. The lack of dust tells you that this is a servant's room. It's really hard to explain, but you play the titular Kid Clown, and you need to avoid obstacles. Sprite work is amazing. What was in the pie? It was like fake beef and like 2 little niblets of potatoes and carrot and a disgusting amount of gravy. It was kind of disgusting. Nice constructivist art on the wall. Let's take a look at it. This painting looks like Picasso's rendering of the Twilight Zone's title shot. There's no signature on it. You find a mark on the wall. It may have been made by the sliding picture sideways. Okay. Open. Huh? Use. Then what am I supposed to do? The bristles of this dirty brush are filled with strands of gray hair and white specks. That is really gross, but I mean, we're gonna take it. Take the brush. This bottle of cologne is labeled Horse Trader. What? Take the cologne. What's in the dresser? Nothing's in here. You close the bureau. This is a rather plain looking floor lamp. You find it odd that there's no electric cord running to it. You wonder if it works. With a click, you turn on the floor lamp. Oh! It seems that there is a book set inside the wall. Suddenly, a spirit covered in chains stands before you.
This is my room. Who let you in here? Drakan must have sent you. You cannot have it. You cannot have my precious. I have hidden it. No, you must leave. Me and my precious alone. Yes, all alone.
Well, you know, maybe we can talk this out. Okay, he's just saying the same thing. Do you want your brush? Oh. The screaming apparition's misty form engulfs you, and you become covered in a thick, sticky goo. It's acid. It doesn't take long for it to dissolve your body. What? Your quest is over. Alright. Why does that guy have acid powers? Was this a Marie Callender deal, or did you make it yourself? Oh, it was just frozen. What the fuck kind of acid is that? I know, right? We don't have more no ghost, do we? This pantry smells musty and stuffy. An aged salami. This jar contains iodized salts. This cooking thermometer seems to be broken. You see nothing unusual. What? That's definitely something. It's a box of matches. Oh, hey! It's one of those 20-pound economy-sized bags of white flour. Okay. It looks like a spatula. You assume this silver dish is used at parties. The solid, fine pewter plate is covered with embarrassing water spots. Our guy's like really judgmental about their cleaning, I guess. Maybe we can put the salami on that plate. We'll just take everything. I don't care. Take the thermo. How is there like a limit on how many matches we have? It won't open. I guess not. Lamp? It's an old lamp. Can we use it? When you pull the chain, the light turns on. Right, nothing changed in the graphics. Let's try... We have a knife now, so why don't we try going back to, Wait, did we ever go in here? No, we didn't. This room is really cold! Where in the world could this awful chill be coming from? Oh, safe. Looking spooky tonight as usual. Hello, Margot. Happy Halloween. Hope you're doing well today. This ink blotter is marked with the lines of many letters. Desk must have been well used. It is adorned with scratches. Why is everything scratched in this house? This leather couch has seen better days. This mountainscape is stunning and exhilarating. You can almost smell the mountain air. The scene through the dirty window looks pretty grim. Okay. Can we, What are you going to set on fire? Oh, we can't let that on fire, I guess. We'll take the blotter. Open the desk. Card. The element's name and atomic number are as shown. Copper, 29. Silver, 47. Gold, 79. Mercury, 80. Lead, 82. Uranium, 92. I guess we'll just take that. Open. Won't open. It's locked. Okay. Guess we'll leave this room. Okay, hot take. Cold rooms are the best because you can blanket up and be super cozy. Yeah, sometimes it gets too cold though. It was like below freezing last night for me. I could have done without that. Let's save. I do like it when it's cool though, because I like to have as many blankets heaped up on me as possible. Sometimes your blankets get too cold. You're not wrong. I don't have any like flannel sheets or anything, so my sheets tend to be kind of cold. Let's use the sharp little knife on this. You slice open the couch and find a key. We'll take key. Take the key one. Now, what could that be for though? It seemed like it was related to that one room that we went to. Let's use the matches. When the flame is put near the firewood, it starts burning. Okay. Can we use the matches on this painting? No. We set the rug on fire? Nothing happens. Come on. Is there anything that we couldn't get in here? Oh, this music. Let's use the salami. Let's try and use the salami on this plate. Nothing happens. Can we leave it on the plate? Is that the right verb to use? You can't drop it here. Why? Alright, well, it seems that, we could have gone through this door. Yeah, we never went out here. Oh, you're in the backyard. In the distance, you can see 3 buildings. You should leave what you don't need here. Oh, this is where we can leave stuff that we don't want anymore. Okay. Can you use salami on Inethica? Alright, you can have at least 1 link of it. Well, let's examine the area. The stone pathway goes in 3 directions. Each one leads to a different building. The deserted land spreads up before you. It looks like a church. You see something move in the trees behind the building. It appears to be a greenhouse. You wonder if the dome-shaped building could be some kind of laboratory. Alright, no, let's just go to the laboratory first, I guess. Turtle house? Could be. You stand at the entrance of a large domed building. Magisterium. I would say that's unusual. I've never seen that word before. The silver orb and spire decorate the door nicely. You wonder if they light up or something. I feel like I remember you were supposed to use a spell here. If I'm correct. Oh, we have so many items. Let's speak. Speak! Thundidi! You shout at Thundidi as loudly as possible. Nothing happens. Oh. It won't open! Huh. The Magisterium. What do we do? This door is quite strange looking. You shouted "Dal Dal" as loudly as possible. Nope, nothing. I don't know what we're supposed to do there. Hey, there's a bird. You see a bird fly past you. That's cool. You stand before the greenhouse. The glass is covered with dust. Turning the handle opens and closes the faucet. Okay. Let's turn it on. As you turn on the faucet, water gushes out. Great. Can we open this? Open the door. Let's go inside. The plants within this greenhouse are very dead. Alright, I'll take the watering can. Just leave the faucet on. Somebody has to pay for that. I mean, everyone is dead in this house. Durst. I got that from this YouTuber called Life in Jars, who makes ecospheres and stuff. He's extremely Dutch. When he says dust, he says it like that. This is the only empty flower pot in the greenhouse. Its dry soil needs watering. Okay, so dead plant in this pot has begun to decay. Use water can on water. The watering can is completely full. All right, let's try watering that plant. Why not? Hey. You now have to question the reliability of your eyes. Yeah, that's the cute abstract creature again. I want to capture him and carry him around. Augustously flipping out. Water streams from the can into the hardened, cracked soil. A tiny sprout has pushed its nose out of the dry dirt. I think it's cute to refer to a sprout as having a nose. So the potted plant has a few soft-looking leaves on it. They seem to grow larger and larger before your eyes. Do we have any spells that we could use? Or should we water it again or something? The previously lifeless clay pot now sports a lush green plant. The potted plant has a few soft-looking leaves on it. They seem to grow larger and larger before your eyes. Yep, alright. Let's try watering it more. Why do I get the feeling this is gonna like get big and kill us or something? Absolutely no water comes out of the watering can. Right. This interface is a little annoying. Let's save. Hey! I hope this plant eats us. That would be cool. For normal reasons. I missed the creature. Typical MLE. It just happened again. This is really well written for an NES game, TBH. Yeah, they're doing a good job with the descriptions for, like, you know, how compact the text probably has to be. Best character 2021. I missed it again. Well, Emily, you're just gonna have to glue yourself to the stream. He's so proud of his little key. And why shouldn't he be? Alright, let's water the plant more. Wow! The plant suddenly bears fruit. The fruit looks quite tasty. Alright, let's take it. Can we? Take the fruit. Fruit. Huh. Can we water it more? Nothing happens. What? Is that it? We got the fruit. Looks like a lush green plant with a juicy but unfamiliar fruit on it. Okay. You're in front of the greenhouse. Can we open the fruits? It won't open. All right, let's try. Let's save, just in case, and we'll try use fruit on self. We're probably gonna die or something. You bite into the ripe fruit. Both sweetness and sourness mix in your mouth. Suddenly, your body begins to age a year for every second. In moments, your body blows away in the wind. What? Fruit that makes you old? Why? Why do we even have that? What are we gonna use that for? Oh, of course. With a juicy butt. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought it said at first too. Big sis is red now. Happy Halloween, Spaces. How you doing? And red. As you approach the building, you see that it is guarded by 2 menacing dogs. Dogs, you say to yourself. Why did it have to be dogs? Look at them. This dog looks fierce enough to turn you into puppy chow. Well, I think that one of the spells said that it was for when 2 or more things block your way or something. Amazing. Me. That does look like you. Really? An Indiana Jones reference? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Was it Stellini? Or was it Thundidi? I don't remember. Stellini! You shout at Stellini as loudly as possible. Nothing happens. You shout at Thundidi. Alright. Suddenly, lightning begins to flash, and you hear a loud peal of thunder. At this, the dogs recoil. They put their tails between their legs and scamper away. The door is now unguarded. Wait, no. We have to get killed by them. What am I thinking? Alright. We're gonna die by eating fruit, and then we're gonna reload and get killed by the dogs. Okay. Look at how dorky they look. Wow. Can we speak to them? The dog bares his teeth at you and snarls. You are too scared to get near it. I don't want to hit the dog, but maybe that will get us a death scene. Yeah. The dog suddenly charges you. You are overcome by the canine savagery. The last thing you see is the dog's vicious fangs lunging for your throat. Yeah, we died. They're dignified, Crappy. You just don't get it. Alright, now let's use Thundidi. Oh, that music is so annoying. Frenziest good emote. Thank you. You know, I originally made that because I imagined that I would be playing a lot of like boomer shooters and stuff because I'm very bloodthirsty, but then I kind of don't even play those anymore on stream, at least. You can't do that. I wanted to examine the doors. Oh well. Let's go to church. You stand in solemn awe in this abandoned house of worship.
you feel the presence of long-dead worshippers.
So apparently this goblet was a cross in the original game, and it is necessary to beat the game, and you might not realize what you're supposed to use it for because it's not a cross, so it like wouldn't make very much sense, I guess. Ah. Hold on. I gotta charge my thing. Did that work? Yeah. As you fill the goblet, you see the altar move to the side. Wow, you found a secret passage. Examine the goblet. It is a marble bowl filled with celestial water. This beautifully crafted ornament is attached firmly to the wall. Desecrating this shrine is not a good idea. This heavy stone bust displays a look of pious self-righteousness on its marble face. This rather gaudy candle holder looks like it was stolen from Liberace's stage show. Very colorful description. Let's try lighting the candle. When the flame is put near the candles, it starts burning. Okay, I guess that did nothing. Wow. Liberace reference. I guess that would have been somewhat, like, relevant at the time, maybe. You really don't want to climb down there. There's a spider down there that is bigger than a bread box. Well, we do have a spell that would work on that, or we have the spider cider. Really, that spider is bad news. Don't try to go down there. Oh no, we're going down there. The spider that's down there would rip you to shreds. Well, what do you know? It's a giant spider. It crushes your tiny body in its large, powerful jaws. Okay. I love this game so much. It's so funny. But we clearly have to go down there, or else why would this even open? I know that this Stellini, I think, is supposed to stop spiders, but I don't know. Should we use the spider cider? It's not the pesticide. It's spray, I think.
To overthrow the spider's curse, simply quote a Bible verse.
Thank you, 8 Lives. I like how the text-to-speech seemed to understand that that was supposed to rhyme. Like, she even pasted it like a rhyme. That was good. Let's save, even though we just did that. Can we use the spider cider on ourselves? Nothing happens. Alright, let's try using the spray on the hole. Did I not get it on the right spot? Huh. I wonder what we're supposed to do about that then. Let's try opening this door. It looks like a door, but it won't open. There seems to be no keyhole. Huh. It's a beautiful stained glass window. This is where the congregation used to sit. Alright. At the front of the chapel is a stone altar. Well, let's see if we can use the goblet on that one guy, remember? The guy that killed us? With acid? You remember. He was a ghost that could put acid on you. That was fun. Alright. Let's save. Use the lamp. Oh. Will this work? No. He just killed us again. I wonder what we're supposed to do against this guy. This is 100% the kind of game that would let you huff the pesticide and die. If only. You could set yourself on fire in Shadowgate. Is it the one spell that only works on creatures with more than 6 legs? You know, that's what I thought, but I tried to use it there and it didn't seem to do anything. So, I don't know. He was not impressed by the goblet. I wonder what we're supposed to use on this guy. Could it be Claudici? The spell took a lot out of you. So this, like, it seems to do nothing. Oops. I think I remember when I played this game some years ago, I had a lot of trouble figuring out what to do about this man. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Well, there's one more thing that we haven't done yet, which is to go back upstairs to that one room. Or no, not this one. Not this one either, but we might as well break the mirror while we're here, if we can get it. Yes! That guy had me stumped too. I think I got as far as the 2 dogs. Yeah, it's because you get that no ghost. And that seems like the thing that you should use, right? But I don't know. I just I guess I just don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Let's try is this a bathroom? Yeah. I don't think there's anything else in here. Let's try, we got that key. We got key 1. Let's try use key 1. Click, the closet is unlocked. Okay. Closet is open. It's a large, heavy chest with 2 doors. Okay. Yeah? Yes, the closet is open, but what's inside? Oh, the closet is right up there. I see now. Alright. A dark liquid sloshes in the bottle. It's a rolled up scroll, sealed with wax. It's a rolled up scroll, sealed with wax. And box. The box has been shrink wrapped. What's this? It seems to be generating heat inside it. Alright, well, I guess we'll take all of these. Boop, boop, ba-da-da-da. I wonder when we'll get to use Doll Doll. Doll Doll! Alright, let's go back out. Dun, 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 dun. Let's save and read those scrolls that we got. At the very end of our inventory. Scroll 2. Open the scroll 2. It reads gold, silver, and mercury. Together, they form a key. Well, we have that thermometer. And there was silver hair on the brush, but what would gold be? Open the scroll 3. The scroll reads, the heart of the garden maze contains the Blothny gem. It is guarded by he who moves as the moon. What? Open the bottle 2. What is this? What is the bottle 2? The black liquid quickly settles into the depths of your digestive system. You become nauseous and disoriented, then you slip into unconsciousness. Never to awaken. Okay, so just drink that kills you. Okay. The goblet? Is it a Catholic or Protestant church? Well, the goblet is supposed to be a cross in the original game. Hello, Chuba. Happy Halloween. Consume sleepy goo. Happy Ghosts and Freaks Day. The best day of the year. Can we open the box? It won't open. It says it's generating heat. So... Huh? Do we need to use the knife on the box to, like, open it? I am very stumped. Alright, I guess that's not it. Ultimate day. Graphene, no! You will fall asleep on stream. I don't know about that. Going to shower. Be back in a bit. Okay. Don't slip. That's kind of an ominous thing to say, I'm sorry. I've slipped in the shower one time. It's really scary. It really makes you feel how completely helpless you are. Never happened to me. Well, that's just great for you then, isn't it? With your weak flesh body. Let's try putting the fruit here. Can whatever uses this dish use the fruit? No? What is I don't know, what is like the idea with this plate? I don't know. Let's try open bottle 2. You open the bottle 2. Can we use bottle 2 on the salami? No. Go back. No. Nothing happens. I don't know what to do. I feel very helpless. Can we take this cage with us? Oh, you can take the entire cage. Huh. Can we use salami on cage? Nothing happens. Man. Ah. It feels like maybe we need something that is being guarded by that one ghost. Let's go just take the items from that room. Because it seems like he does not spawn until we use the lamp. So we can at least take the other stuff that's in there. We can take the pillow. Alright. What are we gonna do about that guy? Pillow. Pillow. Can we light this fireplace? Just for fun. This music kinda wearing on my nerves a little bit. We went in here, and it says the room is it said it was cold. Let's... Can we go into the painting? No, of course not. How's Uninvited? Hello, Snakeman. Happy Halloween. It's going good. I don't know what to do though. I'm helpless. Doll. Let's try... speak. I don't know. Would this work? Just got done watching Blood the Last Vampire. Was that... That did nothing. Telemaze? Oh, you look down at your body and see it momentarily begin to disappear. You get a sickening feeling in your stomach and everything goes black. Then, suddenly the sensation fades. You feel extremely tired and you wish this nightmare would end soon. You look scary. I'm leaving. Okay. Happy Halloween, drop. Man, this leather couch has seen better days, the webcomic. That's why it looks so sad and miserable. It's a 45-minute OVA about a vampire that hunts shittier vampires in a 60s Japan on a US Air Force base. Ah. Great reference. Thank you. Is Mars of Destruction a Halloween movie? I have never even heard of that before. What is it? Happy Halloween Graphite Altar. Is MD Geist a Halloween movie? I don't even know what that is. McDonald's Geist. I don't know what to do. This sucks. There's nothing in this desk. Mega Drive Geist. I watched Psycho Goreman again last night. It's still great. That sounds made up. Okay, I have to resort to using a guide. I yield. Wow, there's only 2 walkthroughs for this game. Death FAQ. There's a section of this walkthrough that is how to die. The person who wrote this is Sephiroth42420 at Halloween or hotmail.com. I got Halloween on the mind. Thank you, Sephiroth420, 42420. All right. Let's see. Alright, so let's see. You must now overcome your fear of paralyzed, immobile, and harmless spiders. Huh? Oh. There was... Where was that? Where the hell was that? There's like a banister somewhere that we're supposed to go outside? I don't know. Here? Yeah. Alright, remember the spider came out here. This is apparently where we're supposed to use the spider cider. You see the spider continuing its trek across the railing. Very cute. Unfortunately, we have to use the spider cider on it. We put it here. I probably could have figured this out. A wide aerosol stream sprays from the spider cider can. It leaves the railing sticky. Let's go back inside. I want some spider cider. Sounds tasty. Should be fine to drink if you're an ant. I really want cider now. Don't you always? I once found an archive.org upload full of nothing but death reels from Sierra games. I really love how much of these old adventure games is just like focused around these elaborate, like gruesome deaths. Yeah, what's wrong with that, huh? Nothing, I guess. The spider becomes paralyzed as it comes into contact with the spider cider. Well, let's take a look at this little guy. He's pretty cute. The pesticide seems to have stopped the spider. Well, we're gonna take that spider. Take the spider. What are we gonna use this for? Let's try going back and using the spider on the other spider. Maybe that would work. I don't know. People complain about point-and-click deaths, but I always found games without deaths way harder. Yeah, ones where you get soft-locked and you don't even know because the game doesn't tell you. King's Quest Rat Softlock is my go-to example for how hard old games could get. What's Rat Softlock?
Spider.
Spider. Thank you, Spaces. Because in Sierra games, if something kills you, then you understand the puzzle is find a way not to get killed by this thing. I guess so. Nothing happens. Really? Am I not using it on the right spot? I'll try putting it on there. Nothing happens. Maybe I use the spider on that guy. I don't know. Maybe he's like really afraid of spiders. Do I need to catch that bird? Or I don't know. What a strange game. Hey. Did Emily miss that again? The smiling, key-bearing creature prances quickly past you again. He waves his key wildly, teasing you with it as he runs through the room. I love that guy so much. You have like 2 seconds to throw a boot at a cat chasing a rat. If you do, the rat chews through your chains and when you are imprisoned later. Otherwise, the end. The end. Hope you have a save from like 2 hours ago. Oh no. Want to see that as a follow notification. How do you rip him from the game? I don't know. Have to do a lot of manual editing, I guess. Alright, let's go in here. What? There isn't a trace of dust in this room. So, do we have anything dusty? We have the dirty box. Hey, maybe that's what the dirty box is for. Maybe this guy hates dust. Where's the dirty box? Let's try this. I'm gonna be so mad if this is really it. Alright, let's try and use dirty box. No. He got his sticky goo all over us and we died. King's Quest 5, the game where you murder a Yeti with pie, featuring the town theme. Oh. The town theme is incredible. I like to listen to the extended version of it on YouTube. And it's got those weird little sounds in the mix that are like... I have no idea what that's supposed to be. I almost wonder if they knew how funny the town theme was because of how insanely cacophonous it is. I hope so. It drowns out all the dialogue completely, like they have to have noticed it. I guess I could believe that. Let's try use the spider on this guy. You wheel back and throw the unconscious spider at the ghost. The ghost shrieks at the sight of the stunned spider. Flustered and frightened, the spirit dissolves from view. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Oh, Peach Lover, 87, happy Halloween. Open the diary 3. This diary reads, "The master would not or could not, so I have stolen Drakan's star."
Not the spider.
Thank you, Spaces. He is an evil soul. Unlike the master, he uses his power for amusement and profit. He is not concerned with spiritual enlightenment. There is no compassion. With his power, I grow weak. I am dying. I have hidden the star in Master's special box. It never opens. It has no locks. Drakan's star never discerns. Huh? In fire, it freezes. In ice, it burns. Huh? Is that the box that we got from that one wardrobe? That feels like it doesn't help us at all. Let's try putting that box in the fire. Nope, wrong room. Save. Where's that box? Alright, let's try it. When you throw the box in the fireplace, it burns up. Clouds of smoke billow from the fireplace. The light reflects off the star with blinding radiance. It must have been in the box. Okay. Wait, that's something. Hey. Take the star. What is that? This heavy brass star bears the inscription Fire and Ice. Huh? We haven't seen anywhere that we can freeze that yet. Hi, guys. So how many times did I miss the creature? You did miss it again, Emily. I'm sorry. Okay, so when you read the diary, my immediate thought was, oh, you have to try and close the box instead of open it. But no, you just throw it in the fire. Yeah, I don't know why it said, like, in fire it freezes, in ice it burns. Where are we gonna find ice? I don't know. Let's save. I get this weird feeling that we need to use the cage here. You can't drop it here. What? Where can I drop it then? Maybe not. I don't know. Here, let's try going to the church, and let's try using the star on the spider hole. The freezer comes to mind. Is there a freezer? I don't think we've seen a freezer in this game, have we? Maybe there's something ice in the magisterium or something. Nothing happens. There was that really cold room. Does that count? Hey, you're right. That was over here. I think that was this one, right? But it doesn't say that the room is like freezing cold anymore. Can I use matches on the star? Alright, oh man, I feel like we're just not getting anywhere. Any progress is just like, well, I don't even know what this gives me the ability to to work with. Alright, I guess we'll just keep looking at the walkthrough to find another little tidbit of clue. Take the bouquet from the table and open the upper left door. Go into the kitchen, take a knife off the wall. Open the right door and take the matches off the upper right shelf. Exit the pantry back to the kitchen. This time, open the left door. Okay. Get the doll. What? Take the doll, use the doll spell to get the open sesame spell. Wait, go to the game room and use key 1 on the cabinet? Oh, you can use the key on more than one thing? That certainly would have been good to know. Hey, Emily, look! That was definitely not your imagination. This little creature is running circles around you. All that running probably makes him extremely hungry. Yeah. How do we use the salami? I was expecting something much cuter. Excuse me, he's very cute. I was looking away, BTW. You called me back to the tab with your voice. Let's use the key. okay. There's like a a doll. Well, let's get rid of that doll as soon as we can. Alright, let's chant doll doll. Doll doll. You shouted, doll doll, as loudly as possible. A weird voice emerges from the doll's lips. Talk to my pious brother. He can help you find your sister. A word from him can open doors in high places. You memorize the magic words. Oh, sesame. Doors in high places, huh? Now, will that work in this room? Let's see. Because it said that this door had no keyhole or something, right? Oh, sesame. No. Maybe it's the magisterium door. Let's go back there. How could he get any cuter without having a little mask and pigtails or a fancy beret and jacket? Or banana, hair, and bow tie? What is the mask and pigtails referring to? Oh, Alice Sawyer. I see. Huh? If you have to talk to the pious statue, I'm gonna lose my mind. Hey, you're right. Hey! Doors in high places. Hey! High places like the church. It's not literally high, but can we talk to it? All right, let's speak. Speak, oh sesame! You shouted, oh sesame, as loudly as possible. The marble bust speaks. It moans these words. Let the door be opened for this poor strayed lamb, but he must not travel in darkness. As soon as the statue stops speaking, the door opens. Great. This starts my Joker arc. Well. What is the point of the spider pit? Is that like just a joke or something? You step into a large yard. You can see a stone maze in the distance. Woo! A horrifying apparition in the shape of a classic ghost swoops down upon you like a bird of prey. The strange amorphous creature quickly begins to rip you apart. Its shrieking face is the last thing you'll ever see. Alright. Your quest is over. Well, a golden cow done. Happy Halloween. I like how they called it classic ghost. And I also like, the ghost didn't scare you to death, it just rips you apart. It's just, I don't know, something about the idea of a ghost ripping someone apart is really funny. Oh no, Devilgraphy, it's okay, it's just a costume. Ghost Zero and Ghost Cherry. Diet Ghost. The mask and pigtails is a reference to Jamie Kennedy in Son of the Mask with pigtails. Oh, of course. What the hell? What kind of reference is that? I'm in combat kit because I couldn't find my other elf ear. You could be a half elf, a demi elf with just one ear. Can we speak O Sesame here? Alright, nothing happens. Man, what are we gonna do about this? I guess I just gotta consult the walkthrough again. I just feel like every little bit of information we get, every little bit of progress, it feels like it just does not help at all. Oh, okay. The guide says that in order to not get killed by the ghost, we have to light the candles before we leave the church. I could have swore that I lit the candles earlier, but I guess I was mistaken. Yeah, look, they are lit. The candles are lit. Maybe it means like the candles in our inventory? We have 2 candles. I guess we'll just light both of them. I really like the phrasing of the question, what are you going to set on fire? When the flame is put near the candle 1, it starts burning. What is the name of that Margot emote? Aki-Aji stare. That is one of the best emotes I think I've ever seen. When the flame is put near the candle 2, it starts burning. Yes! Alright, let's see if this works. What? Alright. So... the candles is burning. Can we take candles? Oh, take the candles. Oh my god. You know, I wouldn't have thought we could take that entire candelabra. You step in... yeah. Ghost. Oh! Horrifying apparition. Oh, he's just leaving. Bye. The thing's offended by the flames and flies off to its supernatural home. What a description. Its supernatural home. The maze in the distance seems to be fairly large. Well, let's put our maze brain to use. Is this a soft lock? I don't think so. I guess I know so because we just got past it. Candle 1, Candle 2, and candles are all in your inventory. Let's go. You wonder where you are. All you can see is stone walls. You feel that you are lost in a very strange place. Move north. Exam. There are letters engraved on the stone slab. It's very hard to read them. The Blofny gem is in the deep place. Blofny? Move east. This is really confusing because it seems like we're always facing north. I'm gonna draw a map. What is the best way to do that, though? I'm just gonna draw it on a piece of paper. Hey, Clow. Love your spooky face. Thank you. It's my Halloween costume. I've done this before, but I don't know. It's the best thing I could do on, without having prepared something far in advance, I guess. Scary. Hope it's not too scary. Not gonna give you nightmares or anything. Right, I'm gonna draw a wizardry style map here. Move east. Move east. Alright. Let's try going south. That's a dead end. You've reached a dead end. North. She embezzled the 100,000 I gave her to make mime graphy. You never did that. That's never happened. We dungeon crawling now. This is a pretty cool section of this game, honestly. Whoa, move north. There's a zombie here. A zombie blocks your path. It smells of decay. Can we examine him? It's a zombie! This guy looks dead on his feet. He doesn't smell very good either. Don't need to be rude. Maybe we'll use the pendant on him. Right. Let's try that. Whoa, whoa! A mysterious light suddenly shoots out of the pendant. The zombie is blasted right in the face. A blue nimbus engulfs the body of the zombie and with the flash disappears. Very colorful description. A blue nimbus. Remember when we read the manual for Quake 1 and they described the nail gun as a 2-barreled dingus? That was pretty funny. Nothing but the hollowness of everyday life gives me nightmares anymore. Oh yeah. What if he is on his way to the shower and you are blocking his way? Yeah. He's probably not a bad guy. He's just a ghoul. Could just be a neat. That's me. Can I have your autograph? Yeah, certainly. Never thought about where that word came from. Huh. What do you mean? This maze is shaped very strangely. Let's go south. Move south. Oh man. Kayerva? Thank you for the follow. Move south. We've arrived at another dead end. This really is a dead end. Let's hope you don't turn up the same way. What is that supposed to mean? Narrator. Chatamaltus? Chatamaltus? Thank you for the follow. Stretch and hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, happy Halloween, both of you. Hope you're having a nice Halloween day. Wait, move south. Wait a second. Not again. Another dead end. Any way you turn, the cold stone walls hem you in. This is south? Wait a sec. No, it can't be. We went east. Move north. Move north. Move east. There's a grave here. I guess let's examine it. The name on the tombstone reads Ace Harding. The name sounds familiar, but you can't remember why. Is that the name of the character from Deja Vu or something? Is that just an Easter egg? Okay, so this entire branch of the maze has been a bust. So let's go back. Happy spooky day. I love Halloween. Very much. Here's where the zombie was. So let's go west. And I think that this next room, this is where we started. I'm making a map as I go. Move west. Now face north. Think about direction, wonder why you have it now. Let's try south. Nope. Dead end. Go north. West. Nothing there. Move west. Anything to the south? Probably gonna be another dead end. Alright. Apparently, yes. That's kind of fun. Fun little references to other games, kind of like how White Day had all those other games by the same developer in it. That was fun. Hey, you know, we never watched any of the other endings for White Day. There are letters engraved on the stone slab. It is very hard to read them. The pendant can protect you from the undead. Yeah, we already know that. Right, move west. West again. Go north from here. Just a straight hallway. Move north. There's a signpost here. What does it say? There are letters engraved on the stone slab. It is very hard to read them. The bouncing creature loves things that fly. Okay, so we need to capture that bird somehow. Are we gonna feed it that bird? Is that the idea? Move east. Let's try going north. Move north. There's another tombstone. It's a tombstone. Luckily, your name hasn't been carved into it. Okay. Whatever you say. Move west. Move west. Alright, now we're in, connects to where we were before. So this is like a little rotunda. Let's try going north from here. Move north. Very exciting. Move north. It's just a lot of zombies. Whoa! This is like a scene from a Living Dead film. It brings new meaning to the term dead end. It's a group of zombies. You notice the parts of their bodies are missing. You can also smell the stench of decaying flesh. Can we use the pendant on these guys? Or is it just like singular zombies? Oh. The zombie grabs your arm with its bony hands. Quickly, it takes a voracious bite out of you. The miserable dead now welcome your company. Okay. Alright, I think it just put us in the room right outside the zombie room. I did not slip in the shower. Good work. Good work, Augersley. Welcome back. We're in a maze. You know, even though this music is kind of perky, it's not as annoying as the music in that house. Alright. Is this gonna go to the zombie room? Oh yeah, it does. Can we just leave? I guess so. I don't know if we're even supposed to do anything with those guys. They don't want to be friends. So another dead end with the gravestone. The words on the gravestone read, "Here lies Talamar, so we think." So I think Talamar was maybe the main character of Shadowgate? Keeping with the developer inside jokes. Move east. A zombie stands before you. There is no doubt in your mind that this creature is quote-unquote undead. So we'll use the pendant on this guy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Mysterious light suddenly shoots out of the pendant. The zombie is blasted right in the face. Yep, he is dead. Alright, now we're in a T-shaped intersection room. Let's go north. Oh, there's like a coffin? It's a marble coffin. You realize with sadness that one day you too shall die. Let's hope it's not sooner than you think. Well, can we desecrate this? Open the lid. Yeah, can we look inside? Is there a point to this? I think Talamar was the villain from Shadowgate. Wasn't that Lakmir, the evil wizard Lakmir? Or was that the name of the wizard that was helping you? The zombies just want space right now. It's not you, it's them. Alright, let's see. Go south. Move south. And we're at another T-shaped intersection. Move south. This really is a dead end. You know, sometimes we move east, but the game says move south. Must be a bug or something. Wish I had like grid paper to be drawing this on. No, I want to move. East to another dead end. This has me wanting to play some wizardry. Is that a good stream game or is that boring? I don't know. It's a tombstone that has been carved quite differently than the others. Okay. You see nothing unusual, okay? On the tombstone are the words, "A rose is but a rose." You wonder what the message could possibly mean. You know, I think in the original game, this was a cross. This is another thing that was, you know, they took out of the game because of Nintendo of America not wanting there to be any kind of like overt religious imagery in American games. I think we should use the bouquet, maybe? Because remember when we got the bouquet, it said it would look good on a grave. As a gesture of kindness, you put the bouquet at the foot of the headstone. Cool! A tiny little door! Okay. Let's go up here first, just to map out more of the maze. Okay, so I think we've been here before. Let's move south. I'm psycho, so I will say that Wizardry is a good stream game, even though it might not be. I mean, I like Wizardry. It's not exactly a very exciting game, especially like visually. Often there's nothing but just like the maze. But I think it might be exciting, you know, when you get to some of the lower floors in the game and it gets very tense and ow, I just bit my tongue with my big sharp canine teeth. It gets very tense and dangerous. Okay, now we're in a room, but there's still a cross right there. So 3 cages have been sealed within the far wall of the maze. Cages? It's okay to get gored and disemboweled, but please, no crosses. Mo 8 out of 10. 8 out of 8. What? For biting my tongue? Come on! Is there like a way to make the cursor move a little slower, maybe? Something seems to be moving around inside. You hear a scratching sound. Alright, let's just open cage. Won't open! It's locked. Right. Is this where you need to use the goblet? Oh, there was the goblet. Nothing happens. Alright. Let's try exploring around a little bit more. Oh. Whoa! So that was just, it was just zombie. We can go south. Move south. Move south. What? This must be the bouncing creature. Before your eyes is the biggest, strangest creature you've ever seen. It bounces up and down. There is some kind of jewel behind it. Can we speak with this guy?
I am the guardian of the Blotny gem. No one may touch it.
The creature's body simply bounces back. Okay. Let's try hitting him with the axe. Nothing happens. Alright. I guess... What? What do we do? He looks quite pleased with himself. He looks like a smarmy fuck. He seems like he's proud of himself. Alright. Okay. The guide says, use the key 1 on the keyhole to make 3 small animals appear. How would you ever know to do that? Like, why? That doesn't look like a keyhole. It looks like somewhere you would put a cross into the wall. Alright, there's key 1. We'll use key 1 on this, which is apparently a keyhole. Click, the cage is unlocked. Suddenly, something jumps out of the cages. 3 animals jump out of the cages. They are confused by their freedom and new surroundings. Snarling, the cat looks hungrily at its prey. You guess that it hasn't eaten in weeks. With a hiss, the snake darts out its tongue. It looks pretty hungry. The bird looks ready to strike. It glares intently at the snake. So, we know that the bouncing creature likes things that fly, and we have this cage. You grab the hawk and put it in the cage. Suddenly, the snake attacks the cat. It is amazingly swift. The snake's middle quickly swells up. Tsuchinoko real! It would be an extreme understatement to say that the cat is very full. You mean the snake? It can't even move! What? Alright. Yep. Here, you like the bird? Nothing happens. Open cage? As soon as you open the cage, the bird flew off. That was the best animation. The strange creature was utterly fascinated by the bird. It gave chase to eat it. Well, there you go. Alright. This beautiful jewel is large and heavy. It must be the Bluffney gem. But I mean, what is this even for? Like... What would you like to use this on? I mean, I don't know, I just want to use it. That would be a nice follow alert animation. Could try and capture it sometime, maybe. I feel like we're overdue for new follow alerts. There's a lot of things I'd like to replace on the stream. I think we can use telemaze to get out of here. You shout a telemaze as loudly as possible. It's the entrance to a labyrinth. Okay, this magic word probably can carry you instantly from the inside of the maze to its entrance. Now I understand what it means to go from here to there, you say to yourself. Okay. Oh no, I missed the bird. Yeah, you missed the blob creature, like flying out of the passage as well. It was very good. Let's save. Oh, apparently you used it at the Magisterium. I just saw in the little tidbit of the walkthrough. I can see at the bottom of my screen. So let's go to the Magisterium. We can finally go in here. Apparently we're supposed to use it on this spot, which like kind of looks like a gem, but I mean, I think that's kind of a stretch also. Maybe they should have done something to call more attention to that. Alright, we'll use Ghoul, or Jewel. We'll use this on slot. It's very hard to select. You insert the gem in the hole. It fits perfectly. Wow! Suddenly, the gem begins sending off sparks. You get the feeling that the silver orbs have something to do with this. What? Voila, the door opens. I like how they tell you it likes flying things and show you a bird, but it's not actually that bird, but a different bird you can't see, yeah. It's, you know, just a funny little prank on the part of the developers, I guess. Whoa. As soon as you enter the room, you are shocked to discover a floating blue creature. It seems to be some sort of guardian. You hear it hiss something about food. You want the salami, buddy? Or can we give him the fruits? Suddenly, the strange creature's hungry eyes light up. It attacks the fruit and swallows it down with one gulp. Satisfied, the hideous creature belches and disappears. You're gonna die from that, buddy. Let's see. Is that what I was supposed to do? Yeah, okay. The light fixture on the ceiling looks like a child's spinning top. There's like a rug. This is a very strange looking rug. Can we take it? You can't take it. I can't take it. Let's open the door. This looks like Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory. You wonder what kind of experiments were performed in here. You wonder what could be in the wall safe. Perhaps it contains a clue to the whereabouts of your sister. Very specific. This is a large cauldron, the likes of which may have been seen in Macbeth. You wonder what all the awful colored liquids in the interconnected flasks and beakers could be. You see an eerie sky through the window. Okay. A heavy iron lid is set into the floor. Well, let's open it. I guess. It won't open. It's locked. Well, can we use key 1? I guess. The key won't fit in the lock. It's the wrong one. Okay. This game is about encountering strange creatures and feeding them. I think that's an accurate description of the game. Where's the matches? Oh yeah, your sister. Yeah, I remember that. Remember the plot of the game? Because they kind of just say that at the beginning and then don't really tell you, like, why. Like, they just kind of don't really call attention to that very often. When the flame is set near the firewood, it starts burning. Well, let's exit the room and look around more for now. Did the little key man return, my friend? No, not yet. XSE125, thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Wish there was a way to quick select move. Okay, this room is dominated by a huge telescope. Examine the book. You turn a few pages of the book. The language of this text is indecipherable to you. Oh. Maybe someday we'll be able to reach one of these distant points of light on this star map. Could be. These large lenses can bring the stars to your eyes. It's a poetic way to put it, I guess. You can't take it. Okay. What is this, though? It's a small stool. Can we take that? Oh, no, we can't take it, actually. Can we use this? It's so dark you can't see well. What is this thing? It's not that dark, is it? I don't think we saw the key man again, Augursely. Won't open. It's locked. You can't find a keyhole. I'm so stumped. Okay, I just got spoiled on what the solution to this. Something is written on the safe. First, the secret numbers. Last, the right button. What? I think this is related to the card that we found earlier. Hold on. I can't like change this. It has something to do with the mercury, gold, and silver thing. But it doesn't, I don't know if we were told like what order to use them in. Anyway, it's 79, 47, 80. Oops. I don't really care about solving the puzzles in this game anymore. You did it! That was the correct combination. Maybe by the right button, they meant the A button on the NES controller. Alright. Examine. The jar is made of an extremely hard substance. It says cookies on it. Okay. You can hear something inside when you shake it. Alright. There's just a cookie jar inside of the safe? It won't open. Really? Why? Take the jar 3. Free cookies. Yeah, the atomic numbers, like, oh, Big Follows is back. Hold on. Big fuckers. Yeah, we got that notice or whatever that had the atomic numbers of some of the elements on it, and we also got that other thing that said gold, silver, and mercury, which I thought meant we were gonna have to use that thermometer and the silver hair from the brush, but I mean, silly me. Can we open jar 3? It won't open. How do we open it then? Use the axe on the jar and take the cookie. You must be joking. Why of all things in the game, the axe? Like, that's the kind of thing that's only there to get someone to call the tip line. Using all your strength, you swing the axe. With the crash, both the axe and the cookie jar shatter into pieces. Aha! You were right. There was a cookie in the jar. Now we have a cookie. You absolute buffoon. Adventure game logic is in charge here. Yeah, I guess I should have expected it. Let's examine the cookie. What kind of cookie is this? The cookie was delicious. It tasted like devil's food cake. Okay, so apparently we used the cookie. Here. You set the cookie on the plate. The creature finally stops running. He grabs the waiting cookie and quickly runs away. In his haste, he leaves the key which he had carried with him. Finally, we get another key. Does the cookie kill you? I don't even know if we could eat it, actually. Oh, cool. Thought you missed a chance to poison it. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if I maybe needed to use one of the poison bottles on it, but... that Dennis is a menace, coming into our home with an axe and stealing our cookies. It's the devil's food. I don't know that I would call that little guy a devil, but, you know, whatever works for the developers. Why don't we save? Hey, can we use matches on ourselves? We haven't tried that. You could do that in Shadowgate. Ouch, that's hot. Oh. Oh. You don't need to poison the cute abstract creature. The cookie was devil's food as a hint? Yeah, I think so. That's hot. Me beholding graphene. Oh my. Well, I guess I am blazing hot from my red color. Let's use key 2 on this. Click, the door is unlocked. Now, what is this? The lid is open. Ouch! With a thud, you land on the floor of this cave. You notice that there's about 5 inches of tar on the ground. What? Should we save? What happens if we go this way? Oh. As soon as you step into the cave, a giant spider emerges from a hole in the ceiling. Poison drips from its fangs! Well, we have that one spell. We can speak. Stellini! You shout at Stellini as loudly as possible. The spider's movements grind to a halt. It seems to have gone to sleep. Oh, okay. Well, what do you know? It's a giant spider. It crushes you. Oh, man, come on. We put the spider to sleep. No. Now we gotta go all the way back around. Oh, hey, we're not instantly dead. I guess falling down that trapdoor means that the spider gets the drop on you. You know, we never opened this door. I wonder if there's anything you could ever do with that. Oh hey, we're not instantly dead. You stand in a section of cave that is mysteriously frozen. An acrid mist rises from the frozen sludge of the cave mouth. The misty tendrils form themselves into a robed human figure. He says, "You've come. I've been waiting for you. Please listen to me. Long ago, I dueled with my disciple, Drakan, in this place. I confined him here, in the ice, but his power was too much for me. I am now forever locked in this dimension, with only the ability to project my image into this cave. I ask a favor of you, my son. Send the sleeping Drakan in the ice away into the dark world." With that, the old man disappears. Well, we know that the star... I already saw this in what I'm supposed to do in the guide, but I guess the way that you would know to do this is we had that memo that said that the star, Drakan's star, burns in ice. With a shout, you throw the brass star into the ice. Ah! Ah! Suddenly, a flaming apparition appears. Steam bursts from the ice as it rapidly melts. The melting ice mass creates a flow of water that rushes into the next cave. Who's that? The current sweeps a human figure from within the ice into the next cave. Suddenly, the old man reappears. Hurry! Before he can awake, you must eject him into the dark world. Do as I request. With that, he again disappears. Huh? The current suddenly pulls you under and you are swept away. Sputtering, you stand up in the water and notice that you are in a very small cave. In his dark robe, the frozen figure begins to thaw rapidly. This has to be Drakan, okay? It's so dark you can't see well, okay. You fail to see the bottom of this pit. Can we take Drakan? Oh. Suddenly, Drakan's eyes are opened wide. He's awake. He grabs your arm and using your weight and momentum, he sends you hurtling into the pit. Shocked, you fall helplessly into the abyss and begin your long descent into darkness. Your quest is over. This game does have a lot of graphics. Yes, it does. Was Dracula. Yes, I know about you dueling with your disciple. Alright, let's use Star. That sounds kinda cool sped up. Let's try again. Ah! I like that the wizard just pitches you into the hole. He used like a judo throw. The melting ice. Oh! Yep, we know. So... we use Drakan? What would you like to use this on? The pit. His moan echoes for quite some time. Oh! Gradually fading. You just pick him up and drop him in. 9 out of 10, thank you. What happens if we... no, we already got thrown into there by him. Alright. Aha! You seem to have found an exit. An ancient staircase leads you straight to a door. Cool room. It won't open. It's locked. Huh? We gotta use key 2. Oh, yep, click, the door is unlocked. Oh. As you enter the room, the door slams closed behind you. You hear your sister's voice crying out. It sounds like it's coming from above you. Suddenly, the screaming stops. You can't do that. Coming from above you? Like in the house? Remember this music? Help! It's your sister's voice. It sounds closer than before. Your sister must be on this floor somewhere. You must be getting close. Is she in here? No. Help! Nope, she's not in this small closet. I have to say, the colors in this room and something about the big flat sections of color is so beautiful to my eyes. I love it very much. Yeah, we're coming. Don't worry. God. Alright, not in here. It's a very pretty NES game. I think it's like the use of perspective, you know, in these pictures. Like they're kind of crude and like low res, but you know, very few NES games really had graphics that suggested so much like, you know, depth and space. It's cool. Where is she? You're inside a bathroom. As you enter the bathroom, the door slams shut behind you. Your sister's screams are deafeningly loud in here. It almost seems as if she is on top of you. Oh my. Nothing happens. The water in the bathtub now begins to overflow. Did we already use the star? Reminds me of Famicom Detective Club. Yeah, and like Portopia too. It kind of reminds me of the graphics in that game. Goblet? Do we use goblet? The tub begins to fill rapidly. The drain doesn't appear to be working correctly. Huh? Maybe I'm just not smart enough for this. Oh, okay. It's the thing on the roof, I see. You're apparently supposed to repeatedly try to open this. The water is getting really deep. Too bad you didn't bring your rubber duck. That's kind of cute. The water continues flowing, flooding the bathroom. It's too high for you to reach. The water continues flowing. Bubbling, the water level rises. Your head is almost touching the ceiling. If the water level goes any higher, you're in deep trouble. You did it! It's open! You wonder what is on the other side. LMAO. Graphy, please drown. Okay. Let's speak doll and see if we die from drowning. A weird voice emerges from the doll's lips. Oh. I don't know if we can drown. I don't know. It's time for Dirty Box to shine, clearly. I wish. I really thought that because that guy's room said there was not a trace of dust in it, I thought that meant you used the dirty box on him because he hated dust or something. You come out into the attic. It's your big sis! At last, you found her. She seems to be ignoring you. Come on, sis! You shout at her, but she doesn't move. You look at her very closely and then shrink back in horror. Your sister's eyes are glazed, and her sickly smile tells you something is horribly wrong. The guide says, can we speak to her? ... What's with her? No matter what you say, she doesn't respond. So apparently you're supposed to hit her? You slap your sister. Sis, what's wrong with you? You ask. Wow! Suddenly, a horrible spirit comes out of your sister's body and screeches at you. The thing begins to speak in a low rattle. This little one is too weak for me. I need new blood and a stronger body. I need you. I will have you. You will join us. Now! Woo! She just escaped at the window. In horror, your sister shakes her head, gets up, and jumps out the window. Now that she's safe, it's time to deal with you, you shout at the undead nightmare. Can we examine this guy? You know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this creature is the source of all the evil here. Let's try and get killed by this guy. Let's talk to him. The thing begins to speak in a low... No, we already heard this. Listen, you gotta get a new spiel, buddy. Oh, no. Let's see if he will kill us, if we hit him. The gang's all here. Suddenly, you feel quite helpless. You know that you are no longer part of the world of the living. Much to your horror, you realize that you are now a prisoner in the realm of the undead. Just every guy that we had to deal with is here, except for that skeleton lady. Even the little guy, yeah. That was really funny. Alright, now we just try this many times. Let's go through. Just hit our sister. Alright. Now, it seems like he's like slowing the game down. Like my cursor moves a lot slower for some reason with this guy on the screen. Apparently what you're supposed to do is use the goblet. Which I don't know why you would even think to use it. Drink this, you say, as you splash the water on the spirit. The hideous creature screams in pain at the touch of the water. In an instant, the menacing apparition fades into nothingness, leaving no tangible evidence of his having been there. What is this on the floor? The water in the bathroom has almost reached your head. Oh, that's where we came from. Okay. Can we go out the window? You climb through the window, out onto the balcony. You are surprised that the air is so mild. In fact, a warm, pleasant breeze wafts past. A bright, warm sun begins to shine through the clouds. Then, you see your sister. Sis! Sis, you're okay! You shout as you hug her. Of course I am, silly. Your sister replies, I just went into this house a couple of minutes ago. At least it seemed like a couple of minutes ago. I guess I fell asleep. Boy, what a nightmare I had. You hug your sister again, thanking heaven above that it's all over. Your sister is now herself again. You are aware of a sense of peace and triumph. It was a nightmare, wasn't it? She asks hesitantly, as you see fear in her eyes. With a smile, you reply, "Of course it was, sis. Just a real bad dream." "Let's go home," you say, as you and your sister step back into the warm, golden glow of the summer sun. Uninvited. She loves us. Nice graphic. The end. GG, big sister. Thank you. The heart. Big sister for Smash. Oh, we can only hope. Maybe Sakurai will make an exception for her. Whoa, time dilation. Peace. Well. Okay, this is one of those end screens where you just can't do anything. None of the buttons do anything. That was really fun. It's been a long time since I played this game last, so I forgot most of the game. Like I remembered the little dancing guy, and I remembered the maze, and I remembered that ghost lady. Like I remembered scattered things about this, but not really like the flow of the whole game. So, and it was nice to see all the cool graphics again. That was fun. Just a fun little jaunt on a Halloween day. Like I said, I wanted to play something that was like a little less intense after playing White Day. Oh, it did go back to the title screen. I just had to put my hair up quick, so it was getting in my face. Very annoying. Oh. It's playing the little dancing guy music. Peace, Golden King. What do we do now? I've only been streaming for like 3 hours. 3 hours and 20 minutes. Feels like it would be a shame to stop now. But what else would be short and not do me in? What if we watched Moivy? We could do that. Cry of Fear co-op shenanigans. I don't even have that installed. Play Doom with me. That's not quite Halloween enough though. Like, Doom is got demons, but Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. That's not Halloween. It's still Halloween. Where I am, it's still Halloween for 8 more hours. NES Monster Party? You know, I considered playing that today. It looks really hard though. Jurassic Park, where you play as a little raptor. I've played that game. I don't know if that's good. Mario Sunshine, the scariest game. Oh, is it just gonna go through all the music tracks or something? And show this? You know, I'm always gunning for Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. Let me look at this game. Oh, wow. Wow. Wait, have I looked at this before on stream when Augursly mentioned it? Great graphics. What a good clown. This game looks kind of miserable to play though. It's like a running game where you like jump over stuff. Maybe? This is not a Halloween game. Yeah, we bring it up a lot. Getting over it, no thank you. I don't think that would even be playable with the kind of mouse I have got. This looks miserable to play. Oh, so perfect for this channel. Listen, I like a lot of the games we play. You can play Kid Clown in pants-shittingly terrifying Chase, no. No! Do I have anything on Steam that we could maybe play? Let's see. Installed right now. I just saw the White Day remake in my installed games list and felt like actually kind of physically sick. Yes. No! No! Absolutely not! Never in a million years. I mean, maybe later. Maybe in a few months we could go back to White Day. Or maybe just like next year at Halloween. I cannot do that. I cannot. Please. Don't hurt me. That's like, just thinking about playing that is like making me physically dizzy, IRL. Is it Dynamic Heaven time yet? Oh no, it's not the end of October yet. While it's still Halloween, we have to play more horror games. No. What could we do? I just don't know. Let me see what else I have got in my little archives here. It's the law. Chakan. No. Like Castlevania 1? I don't know about that. I don't know if I really feel like playing something that has so much, like, execution requirement. I want something a little more easygoing, maybe. Return to Barrows Hill. Oh no. Why not double up and play this in NES Shadowgate? I kind of considered that, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm seeing if I've got anything else available that might be good. How long is Rule of Rose? Does anybody know? Let's see. It looks pretty short. Too long. It's long. You will cry. Why will I cry? Alright, Graphite, it's time to boot up Slender, the 8 pages. We're going mainstream. Oh no. I think that game might actually scare me. Sorry. How long to beat says Rule of Rose is 8 to 10 hours. That's not that long. Jump Scare Mansion? No thank you. I already watched somebody else play that before. Wow, you could finish that today. No, absolutely not. I'm not gonna stay up until midnight to play Rule of Rose. 8 to 10 might be for people who know what they're doing, though. Yeah, you're probably right. Trying to see what else I've got that might be fun. I'm seeing all these games that we've played in this folder, like Iru, and like thinking about that is like literally making me feel nauseous. Maybe that's just that nasty pot pie that I ate it though. Oh, okay. I know. I know. I know. Do I know? Maybe not. Maybe not. Pot pie that makes you allergic to games. I don't know. I'm stumped. Maybe I just don't want to play any more games today. I don't know. It seems a shame to stop the stream after only like 3.5 hours. Yeah, take it easy. Spooky train videos. I guess I could use like a color modifier on a train video capture. Let's watch movie, big sis. Fearful movie. Okay. You did beat a whole dang game. Yeah, but that's, I mean, weekend streams, I always consider a weekend stream not complete until we go to about 5 or 6 hours, so it feels a little wasteful, but I don't know. I feel a little odd today, maybe. Dragonic Dude redeeming the AU. I don't know. Maybe we do just call it and just go watch another movie. I feel like I haven't watched enough movies for October, so I like that idea actually. Well, I guess we'll reconvene on the Discord server and decide what we're gonna watch for that. It would be nice to watch a movie especially after Kolchak and The Night Strangler it felt a little like a bust. I don't know. It wasn't a terrible movie, but if you're in the chat and you want to keep watching, come join the Discord. Yeah, we have a Discord server. You can get the invite link in the about section of my Twitch page. I'm sure you can find it. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, same username. That movie sucked. It was literally just the first one, but worse. I mean, there were fun moments, yeah. Hey, Kolchak was good. Yeah, it had good moments, but it was a little bit of a retread. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I don't know, sorry. I wanted to go all out for Halloween, but I don't know. I got nothing. I feel like I maybe overdid it this month, all the horror games. Maybe I better plan it a little better next time. But I had a lot of fun playing all these games this month. Well, most of them. You really whipped the llama's ass this whole month. Yeah, I'm gonna play fun games in November. Thanks for the scream. Ah, what do you mean? Wait, wrong cheer. I wanted the beer. Oh. Like, if it was scary. Oh, okay, I get it. It's a pun on thanks for the stream. Somehow, I doubt you'll like the November games. Well, I think I'm incapable of picking any good games. Favorite movie monster? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't watch that many monster movies, honestly. Glad we can put Uninvited behind us finally. It only took 3 hours! That wasn't a very long game at all. Yes, you have a peanut brain. Yep. My skull is all big and dry and empty. And when I shake my head around, if you listen real close, you can hear it rattling around in there. Listen. I'm gonna put my head right up next to the microphone. And I want you to listen real close. That's the peanut. Sorry, that put the mic into clipping. That was a little extreme, maybe. Ah, keys! Ah! Whoa, you're made of metal. It wasn't that loud, really? It went all the way, it maxed out the mixer. Yeah, it was fine. Oh, okay. Sound is a myth. Oh, yeah. It's really surprised me how loud the audio in this game was. The music, like, even though it was like nowhere near the yellow zone, which is usually I try to make the sound peak for the games be like right at where the green zone in OBS like maxes out. And for this game, that was like piercingly, unbelievably fucking loud, apparently. Maybe it's because of the NES sound chip. But, wow, you just can't even see me against this background. Well, thank you for watching. Yeah, I think we'll go on and do that movie, like I mentioned. So, yeah, stick around if you're in the mood for a scary movie. Graffy begins to stalk her prey. I guess that's kind of loud for being stalking. Thanks for streaming, Graffy. Graffy's returning to the Nintendo Virtual Boy dimension to play Nestor's Funky Bowling. Hey, that sounds kind of fun. Yep, well, I guess, we'll see you back on Wednesday. I don't know, we'll play something. I don't know. Sometimes I read it as Nestor's fucking bowling. More like Nestor's stinky ball bag. AVGN voice. Thank you, Stuns. He would say that. Clapping. Thank you. You've been hitting the cider, buddy. Anyway. Yeah. I have nothing more to say. So, have a wonderful Halloween. Eat some candy and, you know, watch some scary movies, some scary streams, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later.